16 to 18. So those are the times for all the lectures that you have there. So that's it. Unless there is any other question on the timetable before I move very quickly. Yes, please.
Yes, do we have classes that last for 1 hour?
You check your timetable. If it's the period for 2 hours is cut in between, that means it's 1 hour for that class. But I'm not seeing any of that this semester. We had last semester where we had 2 hours cut. That means 1 hour, 1 hour. But it's
Two classes colliding in the same block of electricity.
okay. That's one of the challenges that we have. You know, it has really taken even a month to produce this timetable. And what we have produced is the best we could. Because the first one was actually colliding. Lecturers is supposed to be in 3 classes at the same time, which was very impossible. But for the students, I don't know how we are going to try to do that. And already I received a complaint. We'll see what we can do about that. But maybe you have to make a choice between the options that we have, unfortunately. Yeah. And another problem is that we are not receiving a quick feedback. When we sent that timetable, no one responded on that. You wait for the last moment to come and complain here. So how do we change when we have already produced? That timetable has been there for about 2 weeks, isn't it? Yeah. And nobody complained. I never received a mail, and Doc never received any on the timetable. So it means you knew what you are going to do over that. So I'm sorry anyway. But we'll try. We'll try next time better. When we have an updated timetable, it means we discard the last one. So the updated one is the one that we are using. Actually, it's already on the system now. If you... No, you already have our email addresses. Yeah, we are assuming you have our email addresses and you're going to use the very forum to respond to us. Yeah, and which you didn't. So consequences for the actions that... remember, life gives us what we deserve anyway, unfortunately. Allow me to quickly call the overall programs coordinator, Dr. Silumbe, to give us the final speech. A hand, please, as he comes.
Wow, what a great turnout. I can see something is happening here. I can see we are getting somewhere with the Information and Communications University. On behalf of the institution, I welcome you all to this 5th residential once again, although Mr. Chengo has welcomed you already. But I'll give you a second welcome. Let's give ourselves an applause. Mr. Chengo and Dr. Mwanza, I thank you all for the information that you've given us. Dr. Mwanza talked about a lot of things concerning our academic work. Mr. Chengo talked about sacrifice, which is a very inspiring thing that I've heard from him. And also he talked about the motives that we have as we enroll at ICU. To those who have today a great day, those people who have inspired us with great performance, those egos we have seen today, I say thank you. You made us witnesses to the miracles that ICU can perform. Marvelous works. Marvelous presentations, marvelous projects, and marvelous results. You remind me of the torch bearers of civilization. Men and women who worked tirelessly and unrelentingly towards achieving their life goals. And I know you are in the right track to becoming such a people. There is a saying in what we do that Mr. Chengo has put so straight, that life gives us what we deserve. And whenever we sacrifice, we get what we deserve. Therefore, I expect all of us to participate effectively in adding value to this nation. Our nation we call Zambia. And with this spirit that I've seen today, I believe we are in the right track to producing a Bill Gates in Zambia. The man who revolutionized computers and brought into being the information age. I believe we are in the right track to producing a John Cecil Rhodes in Zambia. The man who embarked on the most ambitious project in Africa, building a rail line from Cape Town to Cairo, and became the symbol of willpower. I believe we are in the right track to producing an Alfred Nobel in Zambia, the man who transformed the world as an industrialist, a scientist, a humanitarian, and brought into being the Nobel Peace Prize. I believe we are in the right track, but I also know that we still have a long, long way to go. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot more transformation to undergo. We need to cleanse ourselves. We need to undergo a paradigm shift in order to achieve excellence, and so be what we ought to be, and make Zambia a truly great nation. Once again, I want to talk about what Mr. Chengo said. He said that without sacrifice and good motive, we are not going anywhere. But I have only one question for you this morning. What is your life's blueprint? Whenever a building is constructed, we usually have an architect who draws the blueprint. And that blueprint serves as the pattern, as the guide. And a building is not well erected without a good, solid blueprint. Now each of us here are in the process of building the structure of our lives. And the question is whether we have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. I want to suggest some of the things that should begin our life's blueprint. Number one in our life's blueprint should be a deep belief in our own dignity and our worth. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth. And always feel that your life has ultimate significance. The Zambia we want to see. The Zambia we visualize, the great Zambia, can only be realized with everybody's participation. All of us have something to contribute. Male and female, young and old, rich and poor, we all have something to contribute in bringing about a great Zambia. Therefore you have worth, and your life has ultimate significance. Secondly, in our life's blueprint should be a deep belief and a fundamental principle as a basic principle to achieve excellence in our various fields of endeavor. We must have the determination to achieve that excellence. I urge you to study hard, to burn the midnight oil. My dear friends, no matter what vocation you choose to enter, education will be your fuel. Education is the fuel, my friends. Don't run out of fuel in your life's journey. The old proverb says, study as if you are going to live forever. The joy of learning is as indispensable in study as breathing is in running. And where it is lacking, there are no real students, but only poor caricatures of apprentices who at the end of their apprenticeship will not even have a trade. Education teaches us how to think than what to think. And there is a time in our education when we arrive at the conviction that envy is ignorance, that imitation is suicide, that we must take ourselves for better, for worse, as our portion. Education must enable you the legitimate goals of yourself. Legitimate goals of your life. As Dr. Mwanza had put it, we need to refrain from whatever form of, in spite of the tough realities that you are witnessing today, stay in school. And when you discover what you will be in your life, when you discover your life's work, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. Don't just set out to do a mere good job. Set out to do such a great job that not even the dead, nor the living, nor the unborn could do it any better. That is what these people have talked about. So we must make ourselves determined to be part of the future, to be part in the building of the Zambia we envision to be a great Zambia. Finally, in the words of Dr. King, if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, go out there and sweep streets like the Zambia national soccer team played the AFCON finals in 2012. Sweep streets like Nelson Mandela led the freedom struggle. Sweep streets like Mike Angela painted pictures. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets like P.K. Shala composed music. Sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well. If you can't be a pine on the top of a hill, be a shrub in the valley, but be the best little shrub on the side of a hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whoever you are.
think we are coming towards the end. And I know that marathon is just about to start in the next 5-10 minutes. And it will be running, no Easter break, unfortunately. So the holidays, Friday, Good Friday, and Easter Monday will be running. Yes. And like I always like to say, we are putting you in a sack. And we'll continue shaking. You know what happens when stones are put in a sack, then you shake them? Yes, if they were rough, they become what? So smooth. That's what we are trying to do. We will shake and shake and shake until we become so smooth, then we can remove. When they are out, everybody will say, wow. But remember, there was a friction before the wow came. And that is what we are all trying to do, and we are pledging to give you the best that you deserve. Thank you very much, Dr. Silumbe, for that inspiring speech. At this point in time, I'm going to ask you to just stand, and then I will ask the lecturing team and the members of staff to go out. Okay, before that happens, I think there is a hand. Okay, yes, madam, you can ask. The results or the exams? Oh, okay. I think I said there is a help desk. Did anyone hear me? Yes. So I said from this point in time, don't ask me questions here. You come to the help desk, we are going to answer that question, please. Because not everyone didn't do well. There are just a few of us, so we can't start talking about people who did very well together with people who didn't do well. So, because we are many with very few minutes before the classes begin, so may I ask the lecturing team and the staff please to stand, and then we give them away as we go out, and then the rest of us may follow afterwards. Thank you very much, and welcome to 2014 residential and marathon. Keep running. Thank you. Thank you.